Hi guys, this video is about a computer build, and actually, yeah, is it a build, is it a disaster? It certainly has some therapeutical value for me just to share that with some geeks out there who can probably feel my pain, and it is a shout out to Linus Tech Tips LTT, because do make a great channel. Keep going, keep doing what you do. It's amazing. I like watching it. It has one question for you, Linus. I am confused. I mean, Linus originally, I know Linus Torvalds, who is a Linus, and you are a Linus, I think. I have a question for Linus. What happens if you put some DDR3 RAM the wrong way into the slot, don't notice it, and turn the PC on? Will it destroy the mainboard, the RAM controller, whatever? Nevertheless, the problem I had was I had a PC which was beeping twice at boot, which means RAM is dead. I bought new RAM, I messed up the installation of that new RAM, and ended up to the conclusion that probably the motherboard is dead. Of course, this was during Friday, but Digitech in Switzerland is very fast, so Friday morning I order a new mainboard and a new CPU, of course, and I had some brand new RAM. I thought, idiot I am, but that's not a story. New mainboard, new CPU, yeah, ready to install everything. I downloaded a bootable Windows 10 stick. I hope I can reuse my license. But then the fun began. Have a look. So that is one side of the PC. Apparently there are different sizes of mainboards. So having received my new mainboard on a Saturday morning, I thought having everything together, except I didn't have any useful case anymore. And on just getting a case during the day on a Saturday would have been difficult and expensive. And yeah, I forgot to mention I am cheap. I want performance, but I don't want to spend the money. So that is my current solution for that mainboard who was too large. So I had to turn the whole PC upside down. So this was the bottom, and so yeah, it's upside down. Because of the mainboard I had to do that. All that fancy Dell stuff that was on top with top mounted USBs and power connectors and so had to be removed, so I got a flat surface. It stands flat. So that's an achievement already for my budget cuts I had. So this is the improvised solution for the power button. So this is the power button, the LED, and this is the hard drive LED. This front mounted USB could stay at least. Down here is the card reader, which was originally on the other side, but since I removed the optical drive, I don't remember when I used my optical drive last time, so it's about here. So I got space, so the card reader is now in here. Then I realized, according to the manual, that I have additional power connectors. I had only that one, I don't have that one. Get some wire clamps to the rescue, and some cables I had lying around. Luckily I am a cable hoarder, found the right plug, and so if you look down here I have these connectors. And then I read my manual once again, RTFM, gentlemen, because yeah, I'm myself a victim of lacking RTFM. I realized you can connect this one or this one. You don't need both. So basically I did that hack for nothing. At least everything is in. Graphics card is in. The whole wiring is more or less done. Cable management consists for me to push all the cables up into the optical drive bay, as I don't need the optical drive anymore. That should be neat enough to allow a decent airflow in this case. I'll show you what I did up here. Here I just cut it and had to slightly bend it over here to get the mainboard out. And yeah, the most of the screws fit, but as you can see, I have here one and over there a second of these bumps that are made to attach a screw that don't fit a screw hole of my new mainboard. And so of course this is a decent risk of grounding some pins that should not be grounded. I mean, paper sounds a bit strange, but in the 80s or earlier, paper was used widely for electrical isolation, so it's gonna do it for these low voltages easily. Just take a piece of the cardboard where the mainboard came in. Maybe I should have put it before tightening the screws, or maybe I should just loosen the screws before pushing it down. Now the first one needs to go down here. Yeah, that's not going anywhere. That's good. The second one needs to go with this bump here. And I have some through-hole components on the board. So if I push the cardboard through it, then it makes little holes and it grabs it. But I have no through-hole components where the bumps are, so they should not stick through the cardboard. Yeah, and all this is slightly wobbly, but I've done worse builds actually. This is not my worst PC. Except one thing. I wanted to put in the RAM, but the RAM I had bought for my old PC, for my old mainboard. Actually, that's the old mainboard. Was DDR3. And of course, if you buy a brand new mainboard nowadays, I need DDR4 RAM. And so all the hassle was basically for nothing, because I still can't boot that damn PC. I'll have to wait until Tuesday. RAM is ordered, they probably will ship it on Monday, and I will get it on Tuesday, because now it is Saturday evening. If I look down my mainboard from this angle, I'm a bit frightened. It's not really straight. Do you agree? Do you think that's an issue? I'm really not sure what to think about it. But anyway, I think it's too late anyway. We'll see on Tuesday when we have the RAM. Hopefully it boots. I got my RAM. It is alive. And it is colorful. So it asks for running the setup for new CPU. And now the big question is, will the old Windows boot from the drive or not? I'm kinda overwhelmed with this new BIOS. So many options, so much graphics. Oh, it even has, yeah, I even have a mouse in the BIOS. Oh man, having a search in the BIOS. Oh my goodness. But where in all that stuff is my boot order? So it's not willing. Oh! The SSD is unplugged. Let me check that. Now I should have a disk which is enabled for booting. But this has a boot sector and an operating system. Whatever. An old USB drive with Ubuntu on it. Let's try Ubuntu first. I have Grub. And I have Ubuntu. It is a bootable system at least. But it definitely looks like I have to reinstall Windows. Dear guys at Microsoft, can't you make it possible that I can switch a mainboard and keep my operating system? Because the guys at Linux, they made it possible about 10 years ago. And it's still possible, by the way. It's evening now, it's gotten a bit chillier, so I put my shirt back on, so it's maybe more reasonable for you. And Ubuntu has booted. because I need to try to recover what I had on my primary disk on my SSD, so I can recover the data from there onto one of the hard disk drives, which have plenty of space left. It's 2 times a terabyte, which is plenty enough for me. So I need to back up that stuff before I can wipe the SSD and then install probably dual boot, Ubuntu and Windows. After looking through my personal folder on Windows, I see, I mean, it's amazing that I have just trash on my hard drive. All the really useful and important stuff was in the cloud anyway. And so it makes little sense to back up a cloud folder if I can get it back from the cloud. And so I could just wipe that drive. I had a few things that I have backupped, yes, very little stuff, and the rest is over 100 gig. And if I start a transfer, I mean, I could put the 100 gigs onto my 1 terabyte physical hard drive, you know, that spinning disk. That would take forever. And since I was told to let go the past and embrace the future, I'm just gonna wipe that disk. Everything important is on the cloud, I guess. And on my server, and on, I also have a NAS. I'm pretty sure I'm not gonna miss something. Should I? Should I not? Let's wipe that drive. Now, up to the next challenge. I have downloaded a Windows 10 boot disk from the internet. Let's see if it boots. That's step 1. Second is, I had on that old PC a product key for Windows 7. And I read somewhere that Windows 7 key should work to activate the Windows 10. Install now. Try that. Now comes the key moment. Oh, of course it's upside down. It asks me to accept the license conditions, whatever. So it seems that it has accepted my product key. Let's go. Oh, it asks for an upgrade, which means it would keep the stuff from the old Windows. I mean, that sounds great. And now it tells me that it is not available. No, please don't. And ask for the product key again. Guys, how many software engineers are in Redmond working on that system, suggesting me an upgrade if it's not available, and then setting me back to the first step where I have to enter my product key again? Whatever. Product key again. Look how the hard drive access LED is blinking. That's pretty funny, I think. Yeah. My Windows is probably 1 hour old and I have my first deep freeze. Control Alt Delete. I don't even get a task manager. Windows is back alive and it is safely closed. This is the top and this is the bottom. And I got lots of stickers. I have a crappy looking PC, but I will put some expensive looking stickers on top. Keep out, yeah, that's definitely a good one. For those who dare. Do I dare? I think so. Round ones. Join the Republic. Yes, I have joined the Republic. I'm an idiot. Again, this is the side that will stand towards the wall, so the stickers won't be visible. Windows is rebooting. So in the meantime I put it vertically, how it's supposed to stand in the end. I could successfully migrate a few stickers to the other side. Not all of them, because some are really sticky. I see how ugly this looks like, but I'm not gonna touch it anymore because I'm a bit scared. Ubuntu is ready to install. Complained about one error during the file system check. so I'm a bit concerned. However, we give it a shot. And we are going for a Linux install. It hasn't asked me for the partition yet. Should I be scared? Why the hell is it putting that stuff? Whoa, that was close. I was 2 inches away of installing Linux over my existing and working Windows. And now format. I'm really curious what happens. If I have I'm installing right now Linux on the right partition, and if I have the right disk for the bootloader, and if everything runs. Scary. We'll see that later. Ubuntu is downloading and installing, so again, wait, I have chocolate left. Ubuntu is booting. That's already good. Now let me tweak a little bit the Ubuntu, and then we will check if the Windows is still booting. And look! Windows is also still booting. So my dual boot is complete. My machine is working but not ready to use yet, because I have quite a lot of tweaking and installing programs to do. This is gonna probably take days until I have it fully as I like it, but at least it is working again. Time to put it back where it belongs. And for those who still think that I'm completely nuts for putting that computer upside down and cutting it open, the thing is, originally it was up there, and it's always going to be up there, and so there's nothing that's going to be on top. There's no cups of tea being above it. There's nothing that could fall into the case. So that's basically what brought me to that crazy decision. So, and now it is configured. It even has Shotcuts, my beloved video editor. Yes, I know more professional options are out there, but shout out to Shotcut for making an open source, really quite complete video editor that works on Linux, on Windows, and I think even on Mac. Open source for the win. Nevertheless, machine is running. I'm editing this video, so this is the last snippet I'll put in. I hope you enjoy it. See you later. Bye bye.